I'd like to start this video off by saying I'm going to be giving away $200. More details on how you can win that $200 towards the end. But how are you going to do that? We're bankrupt. We just gave away a whole barber tuition. Nonsense. We got plenty of money because we've already started to get some of that money back. It took us a year to get $1,700, but we're already at $1,500. I was here to let you know that I paid off your barber tuition in full.
You're lying.
But how did we get here?
We'll be giving away another barber tuition soon. All right, on to the video. Let's go. Get this money out of the way. So today, we're gonna be shooting out arguably the 3 best clippers in the game right now. We have the Gamma Rebel, we have the Gamma Apex, and we have the Babyliss Low Pro FX. Now, these 3 clippers, it was super difficult to pick a winner. However, we did pick a winner, and I just have to say one thing before we get started. These are all top tier machines, and any one of them would be perfect in your arsenal and help you probably do better work across the board. So, let's get right into it. Also, we ran a few polls, and some of that stuff's pretty interesting. We're gonna get into that a little bit later. Today, we're gonna be shooting out the top 3 clippers in the industry right now, so let's go. In this corner, we have the reigning champion from the previous video, Best Clippers of 2022, and if you guys haven't checked that out, you can check it out right here. But the challengers are the all-new Apex from Gamma and the Low Pro FX, which needs no introduction, so let's get it. These are all top tier machines, and selecting a perfect clipper right now is almost impossible, and selecting the best one out of these 3 was that much harder. I have affiliate links to get you a discount on each of these products, so I can say this is a very fair comparison, and the links are down below. So with the Rebel, let's do a quick recap from the previous video. The Rebel scored in with bulk removal at a 4, fading at a 5, battery life at 3 hours, we're gonna give that a 3, price $170, we're gonna give that a 4. Value, with everything you get in the box, we're giving that a 5, and that gives it a total of 21 points. It also is kind of loud. It's the loudest of the bunch, coming in at 77 dB. Now the Apex and the Rebel, they share the exact same motor, although the Rebel costs about $50 more. So even though they got the same motor, where does that $50 come from? Well, first off, it starts out with a metal housing that's very premium. You get a nice metal lever, and there's nothing janky about it. It's very easy to reach, it's nice to use, and you get an extra 1 full hour of battery life, bringing it in at 4 hours of battery life total. And the noise, because of this housing, is actually around 10 dB less. So coming in at 77, I'm measuring this at about 67. Now, I'm a big fan of light clippers, and this one is right about at the weight that I really like. I think they hit it at 419 grams. All right, now for the negatives. Now, wait, let's do the poll. I asked you what was more important, the edge up or the fade?
When it comes to fade versus the edge up, a client really can't tell the difference between a great fade and a not so great fade. All right, that was me. But a client can spot a bad edge up. Their eyes are perfectly positioned to spot a bad edge up, and they've gotten edge ups that were great before, and they've probably gotten some not so great ones before. And that might be how they validate you as a good barber. Put in the time, make sure that edge up is correct. All right. 2, heavy clipper versus light clipper. Overwhelmingly, you guys picked that you like light clippers. So that's going to be the trend that you're probably going to see these companies going forward with. All right. Next one. What's the best clipper? All right, I know that you guys haven't had an opportunity to test all 3. Probably most of the people who voted did not, but you guys picked the Low Pro FX, bar none. And as for the last one, I said, what is the minimum runtime that a clipper should have? You guys picked 2 hours. I personally think it should be 3 hours, all right? Let me know how you guys would have answered this down below in the comments, and let's get back to the video.
So they took away one of my favorite features from the Rebel, and that's the micro USB charging option. You can use this to charge your hitter, you can use it to charge your clipper, and you can use it to charge your Prodigy. Now they do come with a stand, so it's not the end of the world, and it does have a 4-hour battery, but the fact that I actually have to have another cord on the station definitely goes down as a negative for me. Now also, it comes with a fade blade, which I took it off right away and I put this taper blade on here. I was going to use a blade. If I was going to use a blade like a fade blade, I still would prefer the Fusion blade, the one that comes on the Rebel standard. So this blade does work well, and if you're a fan of the wall wedge blade or a stagger tooth blade, you'll be happy with it. But how does the Apex score? All right, so it comes in at $220, which is the most expensive. Bulk removal, we're going to give it a 4. Fading, we're going to give it a 5. Battery life, we're going to give it a 4 because 4 hours is awesome. Value, I'm also going to give it a 4. They're giving you a lot in the box. But of course, they took away my micro USB. Value, I'm going to give it a 4, and that brings this in at a total of 20 points. Now, on to the Challenger. The big Challenger, this thing has been hyped up like crazy in the industry, and for good reason. It's a very good clipper. Coming in at $199 on Babyliss, but actually $180 on 644 Barber Supply. You could use my code Eddie and you'll save some more money. The premium feel of this clipper is just great. I really think they nailed it on the weight at like 347 grams. And it just feels really nice and it fades really good. The bulk removing capabilities are on par with all the other machines. Now, on to the negative. I've noticed a lot of barbers change the blade right out of the box. A lot of people put a wall or a gamma blade on this clipper with no issue. Now, the stock blade won't cut as close as a normal fade blade, but I actually really like the stock blade, and it almost functions like a taper blade, which means that you get some forgiveness over a fade blade. I found myself able to handle almost anything with this blade, and jumping back to my Rebel for those little lines that I just couldn't get out. The on-off switch, it was kind of weird at first. I wound up getting used to it, and it was actually fine. Where this thing loses points is the battery life. 2 points. You don't get anything special in the box. No stand, no premium guards, no micro USB support. And the other thing that's a little weird about this clipper is the lever is kind of janky. Like when I put it in the open position, I'm never really sure if it's there because there's like a little spongy feeling. You guys can kind of hear that? Well, that's what it kind of does. So how does this thing score? All right, let's start off with price. Coming in at $180 on most sites, we're gonna give that a 4. Battery life, 2 hours. It's on the low side, we're gonna give it a 2. Bulk removal, 4. Fading, 5. Value, 2. Total, 17 points. Now, they could have given you the premium guards, but they didn't. They could have given you a stand, but they didn't. There was a lot of stuff that they could have added to bring this to bring this up in the rankings. But if you put all that stuff aside, it's still a great clipper, a welcome addition to my kit and anybody else's kit, and the feel of it all the way around is pretty darn good. So for the winners, in the winner's circle, we have the Rebel coming in at 21 points in first place, Apex coming in at 20 points in second place because they took away my micro USB, and we have the Low Pro coming in at third place with 17 points. Normally I give my personal favorite opinion of which one I think is best, and I found that by going across the board, line by line here, this was the most accurate I could come up with. All right, so I agree with the rankings here. I think that that's a pretty fair way to do it. So let me know if you guys have all of these machines, if you have had an opportunity to use them, and what you think down below. Now, how do you win $200? Okay, guys. So first off, you got to drop a comment and you got to let me know you're in. Secondly, you got to send me a video of you putting the final touches on your mullet. I want to see all angles of it, and I want to try to judge what I find to be the best mullet. Now, we're going to be doing the drawing live. I'm going to come up with the finalists. I'm going to come up with 3 finalists. I'm going to put it down in my community section, and I'm going to allow you guys to vote on it, and whoever wins, wins $200. All right? We're going to let as many people as you want enter, and I will update you guys on my lives on when we're going to go on to the next step. All right, so good luck to the people who are trying to win the mullet competition. May the best mullet win. Now on to my next video, man. I'm gonna be talking about the rig from Slicker. I wanna talk about some really functional ways to use this thing. And if you guys are doing YouTube videos, if you guys are filming yourself, or if you're working pretty much anywhere, I've found this has just been incredibly helpful. It's been a lot of fun to use, and you guys can check out the link if you wanna buy one down below, but I'm gonna be dropping a full review on the rig from Slicker soon. And also, you guys got to see what I've done to the station, man. I cannot wait to show you guys the station. It's not 100% complete. I'm waiting for just a little bit more work. And if you guys want to see the most functional barber setup you could possibly have, best for filming, best for cutting, you're going to want to keep it locked. This is the YouTube Barber Academy. I'm Mr. Eddie Barber, and I'm out of here. Peace. So for me, the Rebel does still get the distinction of the top dog. You get everything that you could want with this clipper. You get different changing lids. You have a really nice ergonomic feel. I really like light clippers. You got a really light clipper here too. You get the Fusion blade, micro USB support, 3 hours of runtime. As of right now, all the measurable data points to this still being the top dog, but the other ones are not far behind, and really just a battery away to really challenge this. So, I hope you guys feel like this was a fair comparison. Hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It was obviously a lot of work to put together. And good luck to whoever's about to win that $200. More on that later. Maybe not so later. Maybe more on that right now. How's my haircut? Think it's all right? We got to take a couple other little clips. to finish up this video. This is what YouTube wants. They don't want to see you giving away stuff. God forbid you pay off somebody's tuition. The people will come for you. The YouTube Hit Squad, bang, taking you out.